Good everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the Air Max 95 in the solar red colorway. So without further ado, let's take a look at these shoes. Alright, so first things first, before we take a look at the shoes, I do want to take a look at the box. And we just need to get used to this because it seems like they're giving us this sportswear box moving forward for the Air Max 95s, not the OG inspired box. But the size tag label does read Nike Air Max 95 OG in black, solar red, and medium ash, and just standard tissue paper inside the box. But without further ado, let's take a look at the shoes. Alright, so the way I acquired these a little bit early is through Sam Tabac, I believe in Montreal, Canada. They did drop these last week, like early last week, and I was kind of late to the party. I did secure a size 11.5, which does fit fine, but I do like them to fit like exact. And that's typically why I go with a size 11, but these will do, and I do have another pair or two of these coming in. I've been picking up like 2 or 3 pairs of every gradient colorway here in 2025 thus far, and it's no different with these. As always, starting with the outsole, you do have that waffle inspired outsole in black and solar red. The shank plate is red with a black Nike Air. Just your standard Air Max 95 outsole on these guys right here. Now moving your way up to the midsole for the cushioning, you do have a Phylon midsole with the big bubble at the back. As you can see, it is an oversized air bubble compared to everything previous 2025 was the smaller air bubble. I have a bunch of those in my collection. But you do get the 4-foot airbags as well, and then that giant bag at the heel. The bags are in that solar red color. So definitely a really cool look. The midsole being black was the first of its kind in 1995. Sergio Lozano did design these midsoles to kind of hide the Portland, Oregon weather and just the dirt, the grime, all of that when you do run outside in Portland. He did make this a black outsole to help hide that. Now the designers and other folks at Nike didn't really see his vision, didn't like it. They didn't see how you were going to have a black midsole on a Nike running shoe, but here we are all these years later, and I think they look fantastic. Now a ton of people have been asking me, with the bigger bubble, is it more comfortable? Now for me, I would say yes, because it is a larger bubble, as you can see at the back of the shoe. For me, they do offer a bit more compression. They are a bit taller at the back, but nothing substantial, nothing crazy where it's like life-changing. I would say it's just slightly more comfortable with this bigger bubble at the back of the Air Max 95. Now as far as the materials go, it's basically what we've come to know and either love or hate on all gradient pairs. It's kind of like a felt nubuck material or suede. Really nothing premium. You have like that graphite or black portion at the toe, and then the side panel is kind of darker at the bottom, and it does go to the lighter gradient as you typically see. At the back of the shoe, you do have 3M hits with that Nike Air. The same goes on the tongue, and then you do have some black mesh. And then you have these solar red hits on the eyelets, on the tongue, and then the airbag and the swoosh right here. Now I've heard a lot of chatter online. Is it really solar red or is it more pink? Now I guess it might be my fault. I don't really know what solar red is. Maybe I should have looked that up before the video, but is it more of a red or a pink? I'm gonna lean towards pink. These definitely kind of remind me more of a pink than a red. And I'm not mad at it. I do like these a lot. But if I am being honest, as far as the hue of the color itself, it is more of a pink than a red. So you guys sound off in the comments. Are you guys excited for these? Are you planning on picking them up? But I did want to give you guys a really close-up shot of kind of that color and what you will be getting. You can really see it on the outsole right here. So for me, these were definitely a pickup. Pretty much any gradient pair, for the most part, is something that I would be looking for adding to the collection. Over there across the room right here, I can see like 25-30 pairs of Air Max 95s, and I just love what the brand has been doing. One thing I could do without though on this swoosh is the black outline. Not a huge fan of that because a lot of pairs back in 1995 did not have that outline, but the brand has been giving that to us. The neons this year didn't have the outline, but I am hearing that next year's pair that they will be releasing may have the outline around the neon swoosh at the back. I hope that's not the case. I hope it's just a mirrored product of what they brought out here in 2025, but time will tell. But you guys sound off in the comments what you guys think of this colorway. As far as sizing goes on Air Max 95s, for me, I'm typically a size 11 in all of my Air Maxes. 95s do fit a bit smaller. The old mold definitely fits smaller. The new one does fit a little bit bigger because the toe box is a little more bulbous and just a little more room in the toe box. But for me, a size 11 is like an exact fit. Like my toe is right at the end of the shoe. So with going with a size 11 and a half, it's definitely doable, and they definitely do not fit big. If anything, honestly, the difference between an 11 and an 11 and a half is very minuscule, to the point where it really doesn't change up the fit too much for me. But sound off in the comments how Air Max 95s fit for you. A ton of people do recommend going up half a size. I would say go true to size if you want an exact fit. If you want a little bit of room in the toe box, or if you're a wide footer, because these are just a little bit narrow, I would recommend going up half a size. But as far as the fit goes, these are a very snug and secure fitting shoe. And then really quickly, I wanted to show you guys a bit of the difference with the gradient material and color on these uppers. Now, these two are more alike on the upper as far as the color change, and then these two are very similar. Even this blue pair is even lighter at the top material, but as you can see right here on the pink foam and on the neons, the gradient is more or less the same as far as the colors, especially the top being kind of like a gray on both of these. But on the solar reds and the blue sparks, especially this one, like that top material is a lot more lighter than even the solar reds, as you can see right here. And then the 3M on the tongue is white, which is very puzzling. Wasn't a huge fan of that on these, and I'm not a huge fan of the top material being a lighter shade than these guys right here. If I bring in the neons, it's very noticeable. The top gradient being a lot lighter on the blue spark versus the neons. But sound off in the comments, what has your favorite pair been thus far? For me, obviously it is the neons. I do have the orange pair, the mandarins. I've worn a ton recently. Just so many great classics here in 2025. But sound off in the comments, what was your favorite pair the brand has released this year? But like I said, that's going to do it for today's video on the Solar Red Air Max 95, releasing this Saturday for a retail price point of, I believe, $190 USD, $235 here in Canada. Definitely a pair that needed to be added to the collection. Let me know down in the comments if you're planning on picking them up or skipping them. But like I said, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that would definitely help the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.
Hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to their grip in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel big from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and